here?
2.
All right. Well, I think you're going to like this one then. This from BBC.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Radicalization experts. What makes someone join the far right?
The far right have a story. You're in a shitty situation because Muslims are taking your jobs and they're taking all the benefits.
By the way, I love that you fucking retard, in order to manufacture this issue about, because you're just ignoring all the real problems.
Of course.
You just keep going, no, but these fucking white nationalists, any day now, they're going to fucking kill all of us, right? But then you always have to go to clips of TV shows or dramatizations.
Of
because
course.
you can't. You have one clip, and that's the guys with the tiki torches.
That's
at
all you have.
Charlottesville. That's literally, you've managed to get one clip of people chanting, Jews will not replace us. Everything else, it's always dudes in pig masks. What, are we watching a trailer for the new Payday game? Or
You're right. You're right.
it just feels like, come on.
Payday 3, ethnic cleansing.
Payday 3, pig faces.
Because Muslims are taking your jobs and they're taking all the benefits.
What is this halal shit? Oh, you calm down.
None of this happened, though, by the way.
Enemy?
Hey, guys. By the way, I really need to stress this.
Well, that was from a movie, right? Or something? Because that wasn't real.
None of that is happening. Yeah, that was like a dramatization, I think, filmed just for this.
Got it.
But this isn't happening. Like, gangs of white youths are not bursting into poor, innocent Muslim people's businesses with pig masks on and breaking windows. That's not happening. But
You want to know what is happening?
Somalis pushing kids off of balconies.
That's happening.
Descending on trucks and trying to break into the trucks so they can get in over the border.
A group of
Lots of rape.
just recently, a group of 5 Muslim men that raped and laughed, raping a 12-year-old girl, and then they were caught on closed circuit camera laughing as they walked away.
Yeah, but thankfully Tommy Robinson went to jail for that, and I think that's
what
the
matters.
thing.
Calm down.
And I don't even like Tommy Robinson,
No.
but he's sitting in jail right now because he was reporting on Muslim gang rapes.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
It gives you an enemy, it gives you a solution, it gives you a way of understanding the world and a purpose.
The new BBC drama.
Almost like you guys do with colonialism and the patriarchy and the idea of white imperialism. Just like you make up an enemy that's not really there.
The new BBC drama, The Left Behind, follows 21-year-old Gethin's descent into Islamophobic violence.
So you're disguising a commercial for a TV show as a news piece about
That's
the
correct.
rise of- Wow, that's
like that?
sleazy. That's fun. And this is your money.
That's their money.
You
yeah.
pay for this. You have to subsidize the BBC while they do this.
The film is based on listen to this. The film is based on research by experts on far-right groups.
So bullshit.
SPLC, you want to guess, is one of them?
SPLC and there's all these little the ADL and all these little organizations that are like the real problem. The real problem are all these young white people.
Yeah, it's the white people.
You can.
We got to admit, we will have to admit though that the pig masks do look kind of cool.
Yeah, they do.
Like if I wanted to go terrorize some people, I think way better than clown mask, way better than president's mask. Something about that, it's just sinister looking.
Yeah.
Young people with very scary views.
Azim Ahmed spent over 5 years working with young people at risk of radicalization in Wales. What does that mean?
Muslims don't integrate. Migrants are changing the country and taking all the resources.
They are though.
They are though. But they are though.
These
But
are
they
all
are
true statements. Those are all true statements.
But they are.
Those are all true statements.
Yes, they are. You could say it with your smarmy, like, can you believe? Yeah, I can believe it because it's happening.
Ruining the NHS. So those very kind of common right-wing tropes. Sometimes a
Common right-wing tropes.
child might be repeating things they've heard from either their parents or they've read online. Things like, oh, well, I've heard that Muslims hate non-Muslims, that, all Muslims.
Not all Muslims, that's true. But some Muslims do hate all non-Muslims. That's actually true.
Muslims trying to kill non-Muslims.
By the way, I love that your way of proving how crazy and out of touch these right-wing extremists are. You show somebody in a mask of a man who murdered 3,000 American citizens in one flash.
That's George Bush?
That's very funny. It's very funny. It's very funny. Ariel Sharon.
Stuff like that.
I was a little nervous.
Wow, look, this is a looker. Look at this one. Ooh, yeah.
The first few.
She's Professor Hillary Plinkton.
She looks like a Game of Thrones character.
She
right?
does.
Like somebody that you would get, like one of the when you need to have like the old lady that takes care of the Lord's kids.
Times where you don't know who's going to be there.
Sociology professor Hillary Plinkton has spent 3 years embedded with the English Defense League. Listen to this. Do you hear the sinister music?
I want to stress that the main thing is that they have a big, cool new miniseries show coming.
That's
out.
what it is.
And
yes.
you guys got to see it. But also
this Sunday after Doctor Who.
That's fucking weird, dude.
It is very weird. They're plugging their own show and turning it into a news piece.
As much time as possible with people, you try to gain their trust. So I think there was a lot of, sense of this would be hard to do, but also potentially that it might legitimise that kind of politics, and so there might be some negative effects of engaging too closely.
I'm getting stronger. That's what she looks like.
Kind of look down on yourself and think, God, who am I?
It's because the Muslims are taking...
Oh, wait. So you saw, okay. So you just saw a live piece from a sociology professor. Now they just cut to the show. This if this isn't subversion, I don't know what is.
This wouldn't have been allowed years ago. Remember?
No, of course not.
Years ago, if a TV station did this, people would go like, "You can't
do that."
Like Congress or somebody, the FCC would go, "No, you can't do that. You need to add a disclaimer or something and say that this is it's hilarious."
God, who am I?
It's because the Muslims are taking over, taking our jobs, our houses. You've seen it, they're taking over our neighborhoods. We need to do something about it.
Do you understand that maybe, and this is the other way to look at it, there's people getting radicalized, maybe the reason some group of young boys are getting together and feeling this way is because it's actually happening and you're not doing anything to stop it. And you invited them in and said, you're a bigot if you don't want your town overrun. You're a bigot. You're now a bigot if you don't want your town overrun. You're the reason because you're isolating white men specifically. You're isolating them. You're making them to feel racist for doing nothing than existing. And then when they have enough and do something crazy, you go, I don't understand. Why did he flip out? I don't know, man. Because you've been villainizing them for the greater part of a decade.
To be fair, you're just propagating far right.
Whatever, man.
Conspiracy.
Sure.
Talking points.
Sure.
Whatever. I don't.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I am.
Sure.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Let's go. Let's go. Start with
He then gets involved in an extremist attack. Wait a second. So the extremist attacker, when in a fictionalized white people go, but when Muslims are like raping, that's not an extremist attack. When they're just raping young girls and
but they're also
throwing acid in people's faces, is that an extremist attack?
But they're saying, is Gethin's story of radicalization realistic? But it's a fake TV show
So
about
no.
a fake person, and you're gonna imagine an old person kind of just nodding in and out and watching this.
Yes, this was made by BBC. Somebody just came. Yes, this actually was made by BBC.
But if you're an old person laying in a hospital bed and fading in and out and watching this, you'd go like, "Oh, this is a real person. Is this really happening?"
It felt very close, actually. Gethin.
I was watching a news story the other day, and there was these guys in pig masks, and they were beating Muslims. I heard about it in the news.
Now,
Grandma, that's a TV show.
Now they're having this professor who was supposedly embedded with the English Defense League is saying that was very close. How can you relate? You because you hung out with people doesn't mean. Look at this. They are sucking their own dick on how realistic this is by having people that haven't lived it. You're talking to a fucking lefty liberal woman. You're not talking to a Muslim professor. You're not talking to the people that are actually felt like they're being pushed out of their own town.
Very close, actually. Gethin loses his job, or he's no longer got any hours, and he's chucked out of the house, becomes homeless. There's a key turning point.
It very strongly resonates with the experience of people I've come across and had to challenge and sometimes experienced hate from.
You're a hero. No, you're right.
No, this guy's a hero.
Yeah, you're sitting at a university. You're taking this gig and this money. You're being interviewed by the BBC. You're a fucking hero. You're just a fucking hero. Look at this, man. You guys are paying for them to give you this indoctrination. You're taking your tax money.
Everyone gets political. Well, it's you get basically like career clout from being woke now. You get
You're right. You're right.
You
You're
get
absolutely
a free
right.
interview. You get to go on Fox News. You get to push a couple books.
You're right.
You know what I mean? And that's it. Everybody gets to be woke.
Hate from.
What about the indigenous population? I mean, if we're Muslim, they come in, they get everything.
Look, by the way, even in their videos showing that this Muslim's being violent.
Everything.
Oh, also, you notice that the white kid is some ugly little fucking ratty looking dude, and the Muslim that's standing up for them is the handsome,
he's
in shape, looks like
They get everything.
looks like a wrestler.
He actually, I was just gonna say he looks like Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
exactly.
Muhammad Hassan. He hasn't been getting a lot of work.
Oh, you guys.
The most bigoted forms of extremism. It's a conception, you know. It's an image in the mind. Someone says, you know, I hate all Muslims. You'll be like, well, what about me? Oh, well, you're different. What about the guy who, you know, serves you in the corner shop? Oh, no, he's one of the good ones.
Some of the really painful stories were to do with housing.
Jean, who used to live there, she always used to say we should have the house.
That's gone. It's allocated.
To
A family moving in today.
You often get to see.
So hold on. Even in their own movie, in their own clip, they're showing that his mother's house, apparently, who died, is getting allocated to a family. Look, watch.
To do with housing.
Jean, who used to live there, she always used to say we should have the house.
That's gone. It's allocated.
To
A family moving in today.
You often.
They're telling you that because they allocated a home that should have been to you, to an immigrant coming in, gave it to them for no reason, for no money, just gave it to them, here, have this house. They're saying you're the bad guy. They're the good guys for allocating homes. And I like the words allocating.
Hey, those are families, Royce. It's really fucked up. I love how they're like you're saying, they're presenting it in a way where it just feels like I'm watching Falling Down. Like I'm going to be rooting for this guy as he goes around and starts shooting up burger joints.
Often get to see who's got a house that you've gone for, and that led to a lot of confirmation for people that newcomers, people who were coming in either to the area or from into the country, were being prioritised in that.
They are. This isn't a wild conspiracy theory.
Royce,
They are.
would you please let this walking corpse subvert our culture?
She looks like the one-eyed pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, the one whose eyeball keeps falling out? You know what I'm talking about? He was in the British office.
Was he in the Dead Man's Chest movie?
Yes,
I think
yes, that's correct.
She really does look like a supernatural thing. Like I would cast her in anything, like a Lady in the Lake type situation where you have to get a sword from some haggard woman in a lake. Like, here you are, King Arthur. She looks like Melisandre when she takes the necklace off.
Yes, you're right.
Over them.
The migrants have come here from Europe and abroad and Pakistan, and they've taken this wonderful country of yours, which was all about helping you, and they've made it crap, and they've made it for themselves. That's their life, that's what they've seen, that's how they've experienced things. And they've been able to understand it through using some of the ideas that the far right have given them. How do you fix it? Oh, it's easy. You go burn down a mosque. You go...
No. This to go burn down a mosque. No. You want to know why there's extremists and they're going, how do you fix it? Because when they try to tell people like you or people in their government, hey, this is a problem, how do we fix it? You guys are calling them racist. You're taking away all viable options from them. You imported these people, by the way, and let's be honest here, on the whim of Merkel from Germany and the EU, on her whim, you imported all of these people into your once like pip pip cheerio country, you know? And now white people are a minority in London. That's a fact. You can walk down the street and during prayer time, there are fucking carpets on the floor and they are doing their prayers. You hear the call of prayer out of a speaker. The problem is you don't want to address that they feel marginalized. You're telling them, shut up. What you feel isn't true, but my families. That's what you're doing. My immigrants. You're telling them they don't matter. So then when when extremists do bring them in, at least those people are listening to them. Sure, they shouldn't be doing all the crazy shit they're doing. They shouldn't be hurting anybody. I agree. And they're not, by the way. There isn't white people running around beating up Muslims. That's not happening. There's Muslims throwing acid into women's faces and raping 12-year-olds. Those things are happening. Sure. I'm sure that there probably has been a couple white guys that have said, you fucking muzzy, and punched a guy. But the numbers are dwarfed in comparison, especially if you look at the percentage of the population over there. That you are not only are they raping children, your own white officials are allowing them to, for what was it, 10 years in that town when there was just 1,000 people they were
not
letting
only
it happen.
allowing it, but I want to emphasize again, because I don't like Tommy Robinson, but arresting and locking up and giving prison sentences to people for reporting on it. That's what gets me, dude. It's like they're not even. It's not only that they're not going after the rapists, but then somebody goes, hey, they're not going after the rapists. And they're like, you're going to go to jail for a year. What the fuck?
But you're right.
I'm just pointing out that you're raping people.
You're right. It's you can't even go, but that guy actually raped the kid.
Jail. Get out.
For what?
Take him away. Take him away, boys.
Take him away, toys.
Or drive with a van in front of a group of worshippers. You take out the threat. You take out those who are trying to hurt you.
Where they've ended up.
Good work, Lou. I'm going to have you promoted to sergeant someday. I'm already a sergeant, chief. Quiet, Lou, or I'm going to have you busted down to sergeant so fast it'll make your head spin.
Just a desperate attempt to find a solution to the things that are really going on.
A final solution.
If they've lost the job,
Some sort of ultimate kind of. Remember that guy in WCW? He was the final solution, and they were like, "No, you can't do
be
that."
that.
And then he had to be the ultimate solution.
That's
and
better.
It was like it's whatever.
It's better,
I guess.
It's better.
Out of education, they can't express themselves. They have less and less to lose. Radicalization. It's the obvious way to go.
That's it. That's fucking it.
That's cool.
Many people feel that they're
So
being
why is it in like Guy Ritchie movies when these guys are all going out beating the shit out of each other and shooting each other over?
That's fine.
Over an unusually small amount of money.
That was great.
It's like
don't go row.
They've really nailed every Guy Ritchie film with that one sketch. It was a lot of killing for an unusually small amount of money. And then the guy's boxing for no reason. But like that would be why is it when they make movies about dudes in Adidas tracksuits doing heroin and shooting each other over $8,000 and going, oh, everybody's like, this is awesome, and they glorify it. But this is bad when a guy.
Oh yeah.
When a guy is angry because he feels like he's a man without a country and a man without a home, literally, because she gave it to a fucking immigrant family, and that's bad. We can't glorify that.
It wasn't given, Mike. It was allocated to a family.
Yeah.
silenced in the political sphere, or they don't have the right background or the right credentials to be allowed to speak, and that is actually fueling a more radical version of their politics.
That's the truth. I went down to John Smith's house today, and an immigrant tells me that I cannot live here.
The value that they have had traditionally
But
has
what
been
if you're wrong?
eroded. It's not
Peter Travers of
generated.
Rolling Stone said, "Is it possible to get subtitles for a movie made in English?
It's so great.
If so,
It's so
how
great.
do I do it?"
In a way perhaps that it used to be.
There's a lot of dark corners and there's a lot of hopelessness. I think those elements can be exploited.
It's very much about saying, look, what about me? It's quite often literally that. Don't forget us. We know there are lots of other issues going on, but we're in a bad place here, and we need to do something about it.
Like what? Bring in more immigrants?
Yes, I think
is
that's clearly.
Is that the thing you're going to do about it with your little TV show?
Yeah, because they figure if we bring in more immigrants, then we'll have way too many immigrants for these guys to do anything to them. And then, safety in numbers,